Now let us discuss about the scales, that how you measure the data. Note that there are four different type of scales that we will have. Okay, so first scale is nominal scale. Okay, nominal scale is the weakest level. Okay, in nominal scale we are just doing the grouping, that is we are grouping the data into groups. So whatever the data is there, you are dividing it into the groups. So here you are grouping or categorizing the data, but you are not doing any ranking. That is, you are not saying that okay, this group is better than this group, like that. It is only the grouping that is being done. So let's say as an example, population of human being, you can divide it into male and female. So you are just grouping, you are not saying that females are better than male or vice versa. Another way you can do is, let's say if the stock, if you have many stocks in the market, so these stocks can be divided into large cap stock, small cap stocks, mid cap stocks. So you are not saying that large cap is better than mid cap, only that you are saying is yes, these have large market capitalization, these have less market capitalization, right? So categorizing but no ranking. Okay, the next, so please note that this is the weakest level, this is just the starting point, right? Next we have the ordinal scale. In ordinal scale, first grouping is done and then ranking is done. That means you can say that this group 1 is better than group 2, group 2 is better than group 3, like that. So you know that these are the groups from the data and this is better than the others, right? So it's a ordered data, right? So you assign some rating or value to a group, okay, in perspective that one group is better than the other, right? So you are saying that this is better than the other. Please note that it does not provide any information about how much this group is better than this. Maybe this is twice better than this and this is only 0.5 times better than this. We do not know about how much time it is better. It gives only that okay, G1 is better than G2, but not by how much. So no information on the differences between the group is there. So this is your grouping. So an example of grouping can be, let's say suppose I have the stocks. So these are the stock, okay, with the returns. What I can do is I can categorize them into top 5. Okay, so I will say that top 20% of the stock will receive 5-star rating, next 20% will receive 4-star rating, then 3-star, 2-star and then 1-star. So I know that these 5-star stocks are better than 4-star stock. 4-star stock is better than 3-star stock, but I do not know how much is 5-star better than 4-star. I do not know how much is 4-star better than 3-star. Only I know is 5-star is better than 4-star and then this is better than this. It may be that the difference between 1-star and 2-star can be very less, but between 2-star and 3-star the difference can be very high, right? So you are just categorizing the stock. So what you have done is you have grouped it and you have ranked it. So that means you are saying that this group is better than this group. Then the interval scale. So interval scale is you are grouping, then you are ranking, okay, and then it includes the exact distance. That means you know that how much is this group at least better than the other group. Okay, so here you are saying that make sure that the difference between the scale values are equal. That is this group, this group, this group. You are saying that the scale, the difference you are getting is equal, right? So these values can be added or subtracted. When their scales are equal, the values can be added or subtracted. Please note that this group does not have any true zero. Okay, so absence of zero is what makes this categorization as not that best. Okay, but it is still better than the others. So just as an example, think of an example of temperature. Okay, right? So you are grouping, so it's an interval scale. Please note that interval scale, people think that you are making a class 0 to 10, 11 to 20, like that. It's not necessarily that you have to make the class. Okay, without the class also you can make. So as an example, I can talk about 0 degree centigrade, 1 degree centigrade, 2 degree centigrade, like that. So this is your Celsius scale. Okay, then you have Fahrenheit scale also there. Okay, note that in a Celsius scale I can say that 1 degree centigrade is more than 0 degree centigrade by 1. 2 degree centigrade is more than 1 degree centigrade by 1. So it means that you have grouped. Okay, you know that this is cold than this, this is cold than this, right? But I do not have an idea that when I say 0 degree centigrade, 0 degree centigrade means what? There should be no temperature, right? But 0 degree centigrade does not mean absence of temperature, right? So this scale, it lacks a true zero. Okay, as an example, we have another scale which is a Kelvin scale. Okay, note that Kelvin scale, the difference is just like your centigrade scale, but in Kelvin scale, a 0 degree Kelvin, it means that absence of temperature, which is actually minus 273 degrees centigrade. So what I say is Kelvin scale is also an interval scale, but it has a true zero. Okay, that means wherein 0 degree centigrade means absence, whereas in a Celsius scale 0 degree centigrade does not mean absence of temperature. So we have another scale which is a ratio scale, which is the strongest measurement. It provides a true zero. So your Kelvin scale is a ratio scale. It provides a zero, and here you can do a meaningful comparison among the various value. See the difference. Let's say suppose you have a 20 degree centigrade and 10 degree centigrade. You cannot say in this interval scale that this 20 degree centigrade is 2 times the 10 degree. No. Okay, because of the absence of true zero, this cannot be done. But in a ratio scale, I can say 20 degree Kelvin is twice the 10 degree Kelvin, right? Because this has a true zero. So this is the best measurement. Why we need it? We need it because I want this to be multiple, right? That's why this is called as a ratio scale. That is, you can get 20 divided by 10 as a ratio. Okay, here you cannot get 20 divided by 10, but you can get the difference. So you can get 20 minus 10. That gives you the idea. So values can be added or subtracted. Here you have the ratio can be taken. Now to remember this, what I say is you can use this word NOIR. NOIR stands for black. Okay, nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio scale. So the level of measurement, this is the strongest and this is your weakest. So your nominal is the weakest and ratio is the strongest scale measure.